Hey patrons, welcome to the homestead. I thought I'd do a quick video. I was going to do a video on the kiln tonight, but it's really windy out here right now, and the mic system that I have it'd probably be okay, but I want to do it on a day when there's no wind because I want that video to be a good one, because Tough Text graciously gave us the roofing for that, and so I want to make sure it's a good video for them. But I thought I'd give you a walk around to show you what's going on at the mill. We cut 3 big cedar logs the other day on Friday afternoon, me and my son Joshua, and so he was operating the tractor and I was operating the mill, and so we did 3 big cedar logs, got some more lumber for that Tim will be using for different projects on the homestead, and so I just thought I'd give you a walk around and show you what's what. So right now, just a quick tour. I'm going to do a tour of the whole homestead here coming up in the next few weeks here. I'm going to do a whole walk around on the homestead. So over there is our entrance for those of you guys who've been here, and the homestead's up the hill there. Down here's the sawmill on this part of the property. This is some white oak boards that have been basically stickered up that we cut on the mill, and they're just, I mean, these are some pretty nice oak boards that have been dried out and stickered up. And there's all kinds of different shapes here we can use for different things, probably some tables or some whatever, I don't know, whatever Tim wants to use it for, or something. I'm thinking about building some sort of workbench over on the sawmill that I can work on tools and stuff with. This is the tractor, obviously, the old Massey Ferguson. Here's the sawmill that we were cutting boards on. It's working pretty good. No complaints really. Let's see, what else? Walk around here. There's the deck. That's where we load the logs. There's some white oak logs. I'm not going to do those. There's another guy who's got a mill down the road a little ways. He's going to come pick those up. Those belong to our neighbor. I told him I wasn't going to do any more white oak because white oak is really hard on that blade. It just makes me sharpen it all the time, whereas cedar's a lot softer. I don't have to sharpen my blade as much. It's a lot easier to cut softer woods. It'll cut white oak fine. That's why we have all that white oak over there cut up, but I'd rather not. I like doing the cedar a lot better. And so this stuff over here, this is actually parts that came with our sawmill. I put these on Craigslist recently, and hopefully gonna sell these. They came with the mill. It's an extra carriage, and I forgot what that's called, a spindle or something. This is where, if you were gonna have a blade, you would attach the blade on this end right here, and it turns, and you connect it over on this side. So you connect it, I guess there's like a pin you put into here, right there, and it attaches to whatever motor that's turning your mill, and that powers it, whatever power source you have, whether it's an engine or tractor, or usually it's an engine for this sort of spindle. I guess that's what you call it, a spindle. Anyway, we're going to try to sell this. If not, it could always be scrap, but scrap prices right now are pretty low. This right here, this is the carriage. I mean, this has got to be probably turn of the century. I'm not sure when it was manufactured, but it's really old. And these are what's called the dogs. Right here, holds the logs down. And everything works on this. Someone could probably put it to good use, but chances are a carriage like this for a sawmill probably operated with a steam engine. At least from the research I've done, this is what that carriage used to belong to. It was a steam engine type sawmill. Pretty old. I'm not sure exactly. I may be wrong on that. The handle up here is bent because I ran into it with the tractor when I was brush hogging. Oops. But yeah, it still works. Works fine. Anyway, this is our kiln. You guys getting the first look at it. It's done. It's got some lumber in it now that's drying that we did the other day. The fan inside is powered by the solar panel there. It's got vents on the front that draw in air. And then, let's see over here, we got vents on the back. And then you got a fan up there. So when it reaches, I think 80 degrees is what the thermostat is set at, that fan turns on. And the sun has gone behind the trees now over there, so it's not on anymore. But you open the doors, big, giant, huge doors. And inside here, we got some nice cedar lumber that's drying out. Now I gotta space these out a little bit and sticker them up. They're supposed to have like an inch of gap between each of them. But I'll sticker them up. But they're in here drying. Oop. So anyway, that's the cedar we cut. Some of the boards that we cut. There's some other boards that Tim put inside the chicken house. That's gonna air dry. Those are not. These are probably the best boards that we cut, and we're saving the best boards for the kiln. But you can see it's all black in here. We use some black tar to do the walls with, and there's these chains that connect to the doors up there so that they don't swing out too far. And then there's the fan up there. And there's the Tough Tex material that we put inside for the roof. Or put on for the roof, not inside. But there's the kiln in all its glory. So let's go ahead and latch it back. Yeah. It's finished, thank goodness. What I'm also planning on doing is posting this on Craigslist and letting other cabinet makers, people who want to make furniture type wood, rent out space inside there, charge them, I don't know, 20 cents, 30 cents a board foot to put their wood inside here and dry it for them. It takes about a month to do a load of lumber. Wood should dry in there if it's properly spaced out and everything in about a month's time, according to the specs of what we built. So there it is. Good to go. And there's the sawmill. That's about it, I guess. I don't know if there's anything else. There's an old chicken barn. You've probably seen in other videos behind those trees there. Anyway, but our property again starts from, well, you can't even see the edge of our property. You can kind of see way out in the distance out there a field, and that's kind of our field where it starts, and it comes all this way. It goes all the way over back that way. There's a really good raspberry patch down there in the summertime. We get to pick raspberries in early summer, late spring. There's the old Massey Ferguson. This is where Joshua sits. He handles the throttle. There's a throttle on the tractor, and he runs the throttle when I'm on the sawmill to either speed up the mill or slow it down. And he's gotten pretty good at doing that. He's 10 years old. He's doing a pretty good job. But yeah. So there's the mill. I thought I'd just give you a quick video of what's going on around the homestead. Let me jump over here. This is where this connects to the tractor down here. It's got a little latch. You put it in the latch and you take it off, and it connects to the sawmill up here on this end. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's it. Just thought I'd give a hey out to the patrons and show you what I'm doing. Hopefully, if this wind dies down, I'll do a video. I'm not so sure I'll get it done today. It's pretty windy out here. I may just wait until later in the week and do a video then. I always have to wait until the conditions are best. It's end of the day right now, and I usually film end of the day when the sun's kind of going down. It gives a better light for the videos. If I film when the sun's right at the top of the sky, it really is really bright for the camera, and so I don't do a lot of videos in the middle of the day. Even with the old camera I was filming with, which was this one right here, is the old Samsung Note 5. Really good camera on there, but even during the day, it's just really bright to be filming. So I don't do it with this camera or the new one. But hope you guys are all doing good. See you next time.